Hello, happy Wednesday. So I wanted to come on here because I know we all want 2023 to be our best month in business, right? Or in this case, our best year in business. However, there are a few things that I think we've all been guilty of, I know I have, that can actually sabotage not only the week and my hair is like funky, not only the week and the month, but the entire year. So I wanted to share those three things with you because if nothing changes, right? If we don't identify the things that are not helping our business and then fix those things and transition into better systems, then we're going to have the same mistakes in 2023 that we had in 2022. So if y'all don't know me, I am Tanya Johnson. I'm the founder of the Boss Mom Company, and I have been working primarily online for the last almost 8 years now. So I have definitely learned through trial by fire, we will say. I have made lots and lots of mistakes. And so I want to help you simplify your time management routines, your routines for making money and monetizing your social media, and your routines for keeping yourself in balance and yourself in check. So that is why I created the Boss Mom Company in the first place, was to help moms who were building businesses do it all without sacrificing time for their family. So y'all know I got my notes in front of me because that is how I do it. The first thing that will kill your business 100% in 2023 is not having clear goals. So I think we all have goals, right? We all have goals that we want to hit in our business. But for me, for years, my goal was I want to make more money. I want to hit this rank. I want to make enough money to go to Disney or whatever the goal was for that year. Um, Instead of I want to make more money, I started getting very specific and very clear with my goals, and that is when I started hitting them. That's when I stayed motivated, and that is when my paychecks actually started growing from social media. So instead of saying, I want to make more money, try saying, being as specific as you can. So, how much money do you want to make in 2023? Is it $50,000? You would say, I want to make $50,000 in 2023. And then you would break it down. So that would be 4167 per month or 962 per week. So you are getting very, very clear with what more money means to you. Hey, Linda. Now, if you're someone and you're making $50 a week right now in your online business, you may not want to have a goal that is $50,000 for the year because you're literally taking your $50 that you're making and telling yourself by next month I'm going to make $900. Now, if you're in a place where that is doable realistically, like maybe I don't know, you just released a new high ticket client or high ticket product and you already have people on a wait list to buy it, that's a different story. But if you are dealing with normal everyday products, or maybe you're in a network marketing company and you're making $50 a month, you're not going to want to up that to $900 a month. You're going to want to baby step it up. If you set your goal too high, you're also going to burn yourself out or get discouraged and you'll end up quitting before you get any of the goals that you set. So another one is, instead of I want to rank up, pick whatever rank it is that you're wanting to go for. So let's say you're going to be silver. I don't even know if that's a rank in any network company, but we'll just say silver. I want to be silver by December 2023. So you're specific. Now, the other thing I would caution about when it comes to goals is you want to make sure that you are setting action goals. So you don't want to set a goal that you have no control over. I know in a network marketing company, the only way to rank up is to recruit people. That is what you're paid for. Now, yes, I know you're paid for products, but if you look at any compensation plan, you're not making more than $2,000 or $3,000 a month without severely ranking up. So if your goal is to get one of the high ranking things in your company, you are going to have to you're going to have to recruit people rather, not just you selling a product. So from that logic, other people are in charge of your paycheck because their work ethic determines how much you're going to get paid. So instead of saying, I want to be silver, maybe say, I want to recruit X amount of people this year. So I want to recruit 36 new distributors this year. So 3 new distributors per month. and that will get me closer to my rank. It'll absolutely put more money in my pocket. So just be very, very clear with your goals and make them action step goals and goals that you're actually in control of. I have another example. Now, listen, what is one of your goals? If you're on here and you're watching live, or even if you're watching the replay, I'll definitely revisit this in another video. What is one of your goals? Drop it in the comments and I will help you turn it into a very specific goal if that's something that you're struggling with, or just help you get a little bit more clear so you have a better chance of actually hitting it. Instead of saying, I know there's a lot of coaches in here, a lot of y'all do coaching where you're working with either network marketers, or I know there's a couple people that do like coaching for mom bloggers. Instead of saying, I want to get more clients, how many clients do you want and when do you want them by? So maybe you have a high ticket product that's $1,900. And that's not really high ticket, but high ticket enough. So I want 12 new clients in 2023, all paying full price of $1,900. You're very specific and very clear with the goal that you're wanting. And then again, you're going to set action steps to it, because that people signing is not 100% in your control, but your advertising and your marketing and your daily showing up on social media and daily building your freebie funnel and your email list is 100% in your control. So those are the kind of goals you want to set, where you want to have goals that you can reach by yourself and that are realistic and action driven. Now, if you're a little hazy on goal setting, I have a blog that I put together specifically for this live. So you can go over to helpingheartshomeschool.com and I'll actually have this linked within 24 hours. If you're watching on Facebook, or if you're watching on YouTube, rather, it's already done. It's down in the description. But if you're watching this live on Facebook, I always have the blog link attached 24 hours after the live video. And there is a section that's all about goal setting over there on the blog that will walk you through goal setting for both business and family. So there's two separate sides of it. You can watch both of them. There is a really cool goal planner that I would highly recommend you getting. Guys, it's only January, 18th, I think is the date. We're not even the first month into the new year. If you have not set goals for 2023 yet, that's okay. There is still time. There is still time to break them down into SMART goals, action steps, manageable tasks, and actually start hitting them. I can tell you I have been running full force since January 1st, and I am so excited to already be checking some of those things off of my goal sheet, because I actually sat down and took the time to have a planning session for the year. So if you haven't done that, go head over to the blog and make sure that you are tuning in to that free goal setting training that I did for you guys a couple of weeks ago, and just taking advantage of all of the knowledge and resources that are over there. So number one, that will absolutely kill your business, is not having clear goals. Number two is not establishing your priorities. I can't say it loud enough. If you're getting up in the morning and you're wasting time figuring out what project to start working on, you're doing it wrong. That should have been decided on Saturday or Sunday or Monday or whatever one day of the week that you take for planning. I knew I was going to go live in this group on Sunday night. Like Sunday night when I sat down for my entire week, I knew Wednesday afternoon I'm sitting down and I'm giving my training group a free live value-focused training. So here are a few things I would do. Now, there's an entire Boss Mom scheduling system over on the blog. It's free. You can go get it. There's a whole bunch of like free time management sheets that you can download. They don't cost you anything. Again, when the link is updated, go check it out. But here are some very quick things to do. This is just a super easy overview. Building my team by 5 to 10 ladies by the end of March. So Linda, I'm assuming, are you trying to hit a certain rank by the end of March? Are you trying to hit a bonus by the end of March? Like, what's the reason for adding 5 to 10 ladies by the end of March? And then in addition to that question, 5 to 10 is a pretty big gap. Like, is it a specific number you need, or is it a specific amount of volume? Like, how many distributors do you have to have by the end of March? And then how much volume do you also have to have by the end of March? Planning is a big thing. If you are not planning, you're planning to fail. That's a quote that I heard a lot in college, and I like live and die by that quote right now. But it is something that as a mom, as a wife, I don't know, Linda, if you have kids, or if you have a husband, but all of that goes into time management. Like it's not just our business anymore. I feel like moms in general or women in general, even if you're not a mom or not a wife or, you fill in some of the checks. Um, we wear so many different hats that it can be very chaotic at times. Um, Here is a rough outline though of exactly how to do this. And again, on the blog, there's like, just make sure you check out the blog when it's updated, either tonight or tomorrow. So the first thing you're going to want to do is once a week. And so the first thing you do is you pick a day. What day do you want it to be your planning day? And typically I set aside 60 to 90 minutes. It doesn't take a super long time. I do this one time per week and I know exactly what I'm doing, even if it doesn't fall exactly in place. Like, let's say I oversleep one day or my daughter gets sick or whatever, I at least know what my tasks are for that day and approximately how much time each of them should take. So Linda says, I just began my business, so ideally, I'd like 5 distributors so I can reach the rank of maiden. Um, Linda, so does 5 distributors get you to that rank without any customer sales, or do you have to have a certain amount of customer sales in addition to those 5 distributors? Um, so once a week, my day is Sunday. So on Sunday, I sit down and I write down my entire to-do list for the next 7 days. So one thing that also helps me with this is I do have an app on my phone, just the notes app, but I mean, I have a page that just says things to do. So let's say I'm sitting in church on Sunday morning and something pops in my head. I open my app and I add it real quick. Let's say I'm doing school with Gloria on Monday and something like, oh, I need to do this next week or sometime. I need to get a doctor's appointment set up. I need to schedule an oil change. I need to talk to this lady about getting on a Zoom, whatever. I'm constantly adding things to my list. So Sunday, when I sit down, I've already got a whole list of things that I know I need to get done in the next week. Plus, I'm looking at my goal sheets because I have those action steps already written down and they're divided out by month and by week, which is why you should absolutely get that goal planner. So I know the things on that list are getting me closer to my goals that I set for the entire year. So write down literally everything you need to get done in the next 7 days. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the list and you're going to label them either A, B, or C. If you put an A beside the task, that means this is something I absolutely have to get done this week. So for me, I have a homeschool summit that starts on Monday. I had a couple tasks that I needed to finish before that summit starts because I am speaking at it. So there's certain things I need to get done for my workshops. There are certain things that I needed to get done for like my freebies that I'm giving out to the free ticket holders. So those are A's. B's are things that I really should get done this week. But if I don't, like I could probably squeeze them off until next Monday. So B's for me this week, I'm trying to think. Oh, deep cleaning my house. That is one thing I wanted to get done this week because we have friends coming over on Saturday for a game night. So I scheduled in most of my deep cleaning for this week. Now, by the end of my scheduling time, there were 2 rooms that didn't get on the schedule. And that's okay. That's why I know my priorities. Finishing at the summit is more important than deep cleaning my bedroom, which none of our guests are going to go into. So along with that, I made sure and I scheduled our kitchen and our living room and both bathrooms in the beginning of my scheduling, so the beginning of our week, because those had a higher priority than the bedroom and the laundry room. So again, you're just prioritizing what your tasks are. Now, C are things that I would like to get done this week, but if I run out of time, I can easily push them to next week. And so C for me, one thing I wanted to get done this week was get all of our tax information ready. So when my husband's W-2s, all of my 1099s come in, anything I get from like affiliate marketing companies that you make over a certain amount of money and they send you basically a statement, I don't remember what it's called, that I would have them just to give to our aunt does our taxes. She's like a high level accountant. She's like beyond smart. But I wanted to get them everything ready, all the paperwork and stuff. So when all of our documents come in, it's all ready to send off. Now, that did not make it on my list. So that'll be done next week. I don't have to have it done till the end of February, but I just like to get it done and figure out how much money we owe so I can just like write the IRS a check and be done with it for the year. Now, sometimes your C items won't get done at all. And you'll realize 2 to 3 weeks later, that really wasn't an item that I actually needed to do. An example of this could be something like, oh, I had something I wanted to do on my Instagram that was more just to make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. I wanted to add like this fancy little heading thing to one of my pictures. I still haven't done it. It's been on my list for a month and a half. I will eventually get it done when I just have like some extra creative time that I want to sit down and do it, but it's not a priority and there's other things that take precedence over it. So once you have your ABC list done, you're going to create a mock schedule. Now, if you don't know what a mock schedule is, absolutely make sure that you go over to the blog because it does, the Boss Mom scheduling system walks you through how to do that. But in a nutshell, what it is I'm sitting down on Sunday and I'm writing out my schedule for the next 7 days in time slots. My planning is very sporadic. I have to focus on time management because I do have kids and a fiance. Linda, it is absolutely hard to do with a family, so I totally get it. Make sure that make sure you go check out the Boss Mom scheduling system. That is done, so I'll just drop the link in here as soon as I'm done. The entire blog for this session is not done, but the Boss Mom scheduling system is a resource I created a while ago. So it's a time management system that I made specifically for moms who were wives and business owners and all the things. And it just really walks through like the ABCs of time management. No pun intended, because I realized I just did ABC on here. But the goal of a mock schedule is simply to see what realistically you can fit into your week if you don't waste any time. Now, I do schedule leisure time. Like I scheduled time this week to get my nails, a mani-pedi done. I scheduled time to get my hair done. I scheduled time for a massage. I schedule game time with my kid. I schedule movie time with my husband. So it's not a goal of how fast can I run myself ragged. The goal is, can I achieve balance and still be very, very productive and profitable in my business? The goal is not to become a millionaire at the expense of our kids. The goal is to be a freaking super mom and show up as the best version of yourself for your kids and for your husband or your fiance or your boyfriend or whatever the title is, in addition to keeping your word to yourself and showing up for your business and your passions and your projects that you're invested in. So the goal with a mock schedule is to create really good balance as well as realistically see what can I fit in this week, because otherwise you're going to spin your wheels, waste a whole lot of time figuring out which projects to do each day. And at the end of the week, you're going to be frustrated because you didn't get near as much done as you thought you could. Now, in most of the time, it's because you waste more time than you realize. But there is the occasion where I'll be working with a client and we're going over the time management side of things because I'm a time management consultant. So I'll do one-on-ones with people. I'll break down their schedules. Like I will get in the nitty-gritty with you if that's something that you need and show you where to fit in your business. But there have been times where it wasn't a time waster. They worked their butt off and they are burning the candle at both ends, but they are completely overscheduled. And that's something we had to look at and say, okay, we need to take some things out. We need to delegate some things. Maybe we need to outsource some things. But what you've got scheduled in right now, it's not even a realistic amount of things to fit in for 7 days. So there have been occasions of that as well. And that might be you. That might be the person that's listening to this and you're like, I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed all the time. Take a look at your schedule. Do a time audit on yourself. That's on the Boss Mom scheduling system as well. How to do a time audit. And make sure that you are taking care of your body and taking care of your mental health while you are focused on being productive and focused on your business. So number one is not having clear goals. Number two is going to be not having your priorities established. And then number three is being disorganized. Now, this is one that a lot of times, like organization is almost a dirty word for a lot of moms, or like a unicorn that can't be achieved. That's not a thing. You can absolutely be organized with kids, with a family, with a business. Like I'm a full-time homeschool mom. On top of helping run a ministry, I do a lot of outreach work in the community, and I still run a very successful business. But you have to be incredibly organized. And again, on the blog, I have a whole section on organizing your life. Like there's a free organizational packet, there's a questionnaire to kind of self-evaluate how organized you are and what areas that you need to work a little bit on. Now this could be business. What's up, kiddo?
You're gonna watch on the tablet while you're doing your video.
This very well could be within your business. Like, how do you follow up with people if you don't even have a lead list? How are you checking in on customers and making sure that they are happy if you don't have a list of your customers? How are you meeting with distributors and making sure the trainings are going well if you don't have an onboarding system? Like, there are a lot of things to that, but I'm also talking about in general your house. Now, I feel like a huge hypocrite saying this right now because the table, I'm literally in my living room filming. The table is full of school books. We are not completely done with school yet, so we didn't clean up. We just left them here. I've got a coffee cup. I have filming equipment because I bought filming equipment for myself for Christmas. I have had nothing but issues since I got them. I'm literally filming on an iPhone right now with, I've got to have my Bluetooth hooked in or the phone has static in the background. I don't know why. So I bought a webcam and the webcam does not have the right attachment to hook up to my laptop. I bought a microphone and it came with a broken piece. So I'm waiting to get a replacement for that. And it's just been one thing after another. So I thought I had everything today and I pulled everything out and still found out I still don't have an attachment that I need. So it's just all piled right here. There's my daughter's nightlight. I don't know why this is on the table, but it is. Um, there's just random crap. So it could be that you need an organizational overhaul in your life, not just in your like business tasks. Because what'll happen is if we're disorganized in our life, we carry that over into our business because our brains kind of see chaos. So they start getting overwhelmed and you carry that feeling into your business part of your day as well. So final thoughts on this. I appreciate everyone who tuned in, by the way. Go ahead and drop in the comments and let me know what company you're with. What are you building? And maybe you're building something for yourself. Maybe you are building with a network marketing company and you're using that as a platform. Just let me know what you're doing in the comment section. One thing I love to do is real life examples. So when I come to you with these trainings, if I know, for example, that Linda is in XYZ, then I'm going to make sure that I'm touching on those products and on that business model because I am very well versed in majority of network marketing companies, as well as like Etsy shops and Shopify stores and running different things through YouTube and just all the different little platforms that we use. So final thoughts is I know that these steps are simple. Okay, I get that these are probably Synergents. Okay, I have a friend that sells lipstick from them. Um, I know these are probably very simple, and I know you're probably listening to these and you're like, okay, Tanya, like that's just a super simple training. But are you applying it? Are you making sure you have clear goals? If you've not broken your goals down into SMART goals yet, you're probably not going to achieve many of them. Are you making sure you have your priorities set? If you don't do time management, practice time management skills, probably not hitting many of your goals this year. Are you organized? If you're not organized, you're probably not hitting many of your goals this year. This is where I would stop and ask a client, how serious are you about your business in 2023? Because clearly, what you did in 2022 didn't get you to your goal or didn't get you far enough to your goal. Maybe you say, well, 2022 actually was a really good year for me. Now that's where you ask yourself, are you content staying where you're at? Which, by the way, if you are, that's fine. Like if you set out to make $5,000 a month and you're now making $5,000 a month, no one says you have to make more than that. Live your life, have fun, spend the money that you're earning, and enjoy it. But if you're like, well, I'm at 5 and now I want to get to 10. Okay, what are you willing to leave in 2022 that you can that you can pick up something new in 2023? So nothing changes if nothing changes. If you're ready for 2023 to be your best year in business, drop me some hearts down in the comments. I am super excited to work closely with every single one of you over the next year. And then we will, sorry, I'm reading a text message. Let me swipe up on that. We will touch base throughout the year. I've got different coaching programs available you're welcome to join. I've got courses out that you're welcome to have. If you're like, hey, I don't want to buy anything, I just want to be part of the free group, that's fine. Stay in this free group. We have weekly trainings every single week. And let me know how I can best show up and serve you and help you with your business. My DMs are always open, and I will see y'all next time that we meet. So I guess next Wednesday. Bye, guys.